So, first thoughts. Did you like it?
I loved it.
Loved it, right?
I absolutely loved it.
Fucking loved it.
Every bit of it. Like I was saying earlier, I loved how they didn't just start off with
the old
cast.
Yeah, they started with everything new.
Yeah, they made you wait a little bit because you know that was the big anticipation.
Did anybody else
like,
notice that Chewie has not aged a day?
No.
Yeah, man, he's got some.
Which is bullshit.
He's like the opposite of like.
You see Kashyyyk in episode 3, and there are old Wookiees. He has not aged.
How long do they live?
I don't know.
See, yeah,
he hasn't aged a day though. He looked great.
Yeah.
He looked great for an 80-year-old man. But yeah, it was so good. I loved everything. I loved the pacing. I loved how everything.
I loved the pacing.
Pacing was awesome.
Yeah.
It was just a well put together movie. Everybody was shitting on J.J. Abrams too.
No, man.
Why?
Because of Trek.
Star Trek. Yeah.
Oh.
Like he did Trek, so they gave him.
But see, like he didn't really know about Trek. Like he didn't. It wasn't his favorite thing. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't the thing that he loved growing up.
I think that's why
That's
he did
why
Trek.
Star Wars was so good.
I think he did Trek, so they could see. Like, I mean, obviously they already know it's JJ. He's the man. He can make anything awesome, and I truly believe that. I think he did Trek because Trek is like it's over the top. There's a lot of CG stuff. There's a lot of space travel and whatnot, and they saw what he did with Trek, and they're like, oh shit, this dude could definitely do Star Wars. Mm-hmm. And I think that might have been why he did Trek. Just to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's so good. It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
I just loved watching like all the stuff up to watching this movie, like up to when it was coming out.
Yeah.
Because it was like it just made me feel so much better every time he talked about the movie, like how much it means to him and all the people that worked on it with him.
I read about that.
So
I read about that on Flipbook. How he was.
Oh, Flipbook.
Yeah. How he was really involved in like every aspect of the making of the movie. Like even down to like the costumes and stuff. Like he was really involved with everybody.
Yeah, the CG in the movie, there wasn't too much of it. There was a nice amount, right?
There's a good amount of practicality of the movie.
Yeah.
Which goes back to like the cantina scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all rubber suits. They kicked it so old school, and it was so good to see.
So good, yeah, and that's
awesome.
how. That's why it was so good because there wasn't much CG. We got puppets again. Yeah, that's what I was really scared of, man.
Hey, they remastered the old ones so many times that that movie looks like it's fucking stitched together with 30 years of different technology. You have one scene that's from 5 different angles, and every angle they show Jabba, it's a puppet or it's CG or it's a dude just working a mouth.
Yeah.
That movie looks like it was just thrown together at this point.
There's so many scenes in the first Star Wars movie, the New Hope, where like they have the X-wings coming in, and like normally it's just like 2 of them like doing that, like just moving really slowly, and then like with the special edition, it's all like
it's a whole
like,
squad, and they're going
flying all around and stuff.
I think it was it was a New Hope. There's like a comparison video to show like what's been added over how many ever times they've redone it again and added stuff. Yeah. And there's at the very beginning when it's after R2-D2 and C-3PO are on Tatooine and they've gone away, all the stormtroopers are searching for them. They said, oh, there's 2 sets of tracks, they're going that way, and then the camera pans over, and it used to be blank. It just panned over. There was like a stormtrooper, just chilling. And now they're
like riding those things.
They're riding a bantha like way off in the background, and it looks like a 6-year-old drew it in the background. It looks so bad.
It's just like the part where they get into town for the first time. Obi-Wan and Luke.
And the speeder. Yep.
Yeah, they're in the speeder, and then the screen is just like blocked out by tons of things just going in front of the screen. Yeah. And it's like, what? You can't even see what's happening in the movie anymore.
What do they call it? Like foreground obscurities or something like that?
Like
there's shit right in front of the camera.
Yeah, like I get
they added in after the fact. They're like, oh, we can see it too well. Let's put shit in front of it.
I get that the place is supposed to be busy and stuff, but like, sorry, your shot doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Sorry you didn't get that before, but you can't just go back and add a busy town into the shot.
In a movie that we've all seen 1,000 times with no traffic at all. I don't know. Whatever, they're still good. I'll still watch them.
Yeah.
Except episode 2, that movie's dog shit. But it's a necessary dog shit. It has to be there.
I still haven't seen episode 3.
That's a damn shame because that one's my favorite one. It's amazing.
Yeah.
No, I won't say my favorite. My favorite of the prequels. Let's go with that. Because I mean, shit. The only movie we got to today was Empire, and that's still my favorite.
I think Empire is my favorite.
It ends on such a down note. All the other ones, end
that's
all
how the
happy
second
and
movies
shit.
are always supposed to be.
Yeah,
because like everything's happy, and then they go through some shit. They're like badasses in the beginning, and then they get the shit kicked out of them, and in the next one you get to see how they're all saved.
Yeah, I don't know. I just love, it just ends so like the I'm your father, the hand cut off, and then Hans and Carbonite.
Yeah, just all shit.
Yeah. It's just
so
a
bad,
series of shitty moments.
Yeah.
And then credits, and you're just like, what the fuck? And you have to wait till Return, which is still, aside from the Ewoks, the movie's a good ass movie too.
Yeah, Return is pretty good.
Return is really good.
Yeah.
You see Luke as a Jedi.
Yeah, I really kind of wish they went with the whole, like, Luke turning to the dark side thing. Wow. Not in this one, but in the original Return.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, I guess I'm glad they didn't now, because Luke's like, just some hermit on an island somewhere. Spoilers.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler alert. It's gonna.
No, this whole video is.
This whole video is spoiler alert. We should probably get back to the new one.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the old ones for fucking 10 minutes. No, me and Matt were chit-chatting a little while ago. We were smoking a cigarette, and me and him had the exact same thought when they're talking about the map to find Luke.
Yeah, and then you see her go, and she's in like
light
speed. So you can't see where she's gonna end up. But when it finally you see the planet, I thought it was gonna be
Dagobah, and he was gonna be where Yoda was.
Yeah.
Where Yoda was in exile.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool.
That would have been.
That would have been amazing.
Like a little.
But that's what I thought. I was waiting.
Probably
waiting
a
for
little
the
too much. Familiarity.
But did you notice there? I didn't dawn on me till just now. There's not a single Yoda reference in that entire movie. Nothing. There's nothing.
The only thing that to me kind of reminds me of Yoda is a little yellow chick, little yellow alien.
Yeah.
With the glasses. She reminds me of Yoda. Like she doesn't have her way with the Force, but she's like she's 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
And she's like
I can
little.
see that.
She knows
She's
the ways.
CG.
And
she looked really good.
Sometimes
she looked really good. Dude. Even the CG.
The CG did look good. Yeah, it's
like
I buy the CG. If you're gonna do it, at least take the time to do it right.
Yeah, exactly. If you're gonna do it, at least do it right. And they did it.
I just don't. I mean, you don't.
I don't know,
it's okay if it's not that bad.
I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but that bantha looked pretty bad. But yeah, CG is a last resort for impossible shots.
Yeah.
So if you have to use it, at least take your time.
Yeah.
And do it right. Make it look as real as possible.
Yeah.
I feel like that particular character had a lot of detail in it.
Yeah.
And like that would have been crazy to do as a puppet, but probably doable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it was supposed to be a huge creature, but they did like Snuffleupagus on freaking Sesame Street, which is I guess a really way off reference, but I mean
they can do anything with makeup though.
Yeah.
Like spoilers to you, at the end of Revenge of the Sith, after he's burned up and you see them taking him into like the hospital quarters or whatever, and he becomes Vader, and he's all burnt up.
Yeah.
That's a mask.
Yeah.
That's like all prosthetics, and he got fucked up. He looks rough.
Yeah, he does. He's all melted.
Yeah, he's all melted and he's black, like he's turned black and shit from the char. He is cooked.
Skin.
But yeah, I'm so glad how the movie turned out, because I don't know about you. I didn't read anything. I didn't read even stuff that was like, no spoilers. Nothing.
No, I didn't do anything.
I didn't do nothing.
Either.
I listened to some reviews and stuff, and they literally said nothing about anything except for what you already saw in the trailer. Just stuff you already knew, like, oh yeah, so Luke's in there, you'll see, and like we already know Luke's in there, and they're like, yeah, Han and Leia, they're there too. Like that's all he said, just stuff like that. Like, yeah, they're totally there.
I don't know.
So this guy takes this guy, or this guy takes this girl somewhere.
Because of the trailer, when every time it showed the lightsaber, Luke's old lightsaber, it was always with Finn. So I just assumed he was gonna be.
Yeah.
So was that like a turning point for you?
Yeah.
Like, whoa,
when it ended up being Rey.
Yeah.
Fucking mind grenade, dude. That was so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finn turned out to be just like.
He's a cool
another
character.
Han Solo.
Yeah, he's like the new age Han.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Still pissed he died.
I'm not really pissed about it. I think it was probably
It was probably
the right time.
It was
I think it was the right thing to do.
It was a smart move from a writing standpoint.
And I knew it, but I didn't know it. You know, I felt like maybe Kylo Ren could do the thing, but
as soon as he was on the catwalk, I knew it was going to be
exactly. As soon as he was on the catwalk,
like he's not walking out of there.
No, as soon as he was on the catwalk,
because he's saying he wants to get away from like the pain and everything he's feeling. He's like, "Can you help me?"
Yeah.
He's like,
"Yeah, I knew it."
It ain't that fucking easy.
He's like, I'll help you with that.
It's the dark side.
Yeah,
it was a.
This isn't fucking Montel Williams.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I was like, I mean, once
he put his hand on his face.
Yep. Because I talked to Morgan about it. When
he was brutal though. Kylo when he put it through.
I loved his character.
When he put it through Han, just that one scene. When he put it through Han, dude, he killed the shit out of him.
I liked how he got really upset and he just went ham on the
computer. And then he calms down. And he's like, anything else? And there's like slash marks through all the shit. That was so good.
Oh,
yeah.
I love the character was good. I liked his mask. I liked the way he sounded. When he took it off, I still liked it.
The saber,
dude, it's fucking great.
The saber with the 3.
Yeah.
They actually incorporated the little.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
it burns it. Yeah.
See, I saw that as like if you look at a katana and it's got the blade guard on it, right?
Yeah.
I thought that's pretty much all it was there for.
Kind of like and also like I don't know, one of those big claymores or whatever the guard on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he's got him up against that tree and he just fucking rotates it, and he puts it into his shoulder. That was so cool.
Yeah, Finn got fucked.
I just didn't.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know. I didn't slashed in the back.
I didn't like Kylo's saber.
I loved it.
Like
you didn't like the look of it.
The look of it.
You liked the prong part.
I like that, but it was if you see
because he's the knight. He's like one of the knights of Ren, right? They said something like that. Knights of Ren. He was like the leader of it or something.
But it's just I don't know the way it was flickering. It seemed like it was in a lot of. It seemed like it wasn't solid.
Maybe when he was making it, that's what he got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
So because they all make that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say because
he just made it the way he wanted to. And
which begs the question that I've been asking for years and years and years.
I'm glad you said begs the question.
Why?
Or not begs the question. You just say raise the question.
Oh.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, it's a question I've had for years and years and years. Because we've all, in the mythos, you build, as you're learning, as you're being trained, you build your own lightsaber. Right?
Yeah.
Why don't more people do the double-ended lightsaber?
Dude, Darth Maul is, he's like, everyone saw Darth Maul, he sliced in half,
like, don't use that shit. Because it was 2 lightsabers.
No, it was 1. It was just a double-sided blade. When he's fighting Obi-Wan at the end, he cuts it in half, and one part of it is gone. Can't use it anymore. So he's down to 1 blade. But it's 1 long handle. Like, instead of the handle being this long, it's this long, and it's got a blade action. And it's badass. And Maul was a Billy badass. So maybe it was like one of those things, you know, like he's that guy that deserves the double-bladed lightsaber. But it was still, why would no one else?
Dude, you gotta watch that guy, like, pretty much rewriting through talking about the 3rd movie. But he talks about like Darth Maul not dying, and like him being like one of these dudes that's like kind of out there for Obi-Wan to eventually kill.
If you want to get real technical, because apparently the animated the Clone Wars or whatever it's called, that is supposed to connect. That's supposed to be the bridge because you actually see the Clone Wars. So technically, Maul didn't die. In the Clone Wars, he's alive, but his bottom half is a cyborg.
Oh,
and he's got like robotic legs and shit.
That's pretty cool. So like and he's got a brother named
something I can't remember. It's not Darth. It's something Opress. He looks just like him, but he's yellow, and he's got the same double-bladed lightsaber, but it's a yellow blade.
Really?
Yeah, it's cool. But he's black, like the same markings, except instead of red, he's yellow, and he's got the horns, and he's fucking cool.
Yeah, the Clone Wars is pretty cool. The cartoon series. But in that concept that the guy came up with and was talking about, Darth Maul is the one that's in Count Dooku's place on the ship. With what was it, Count Sidious or whatever?
Palpatine.
Yeah, Palpatine.
Yeah. I hate still Sidious, it's the same guy.
Darth Sidious, Palpatine. So he's there, and Anakin's there, and Obi-Wan is the character we're following, not Anakin. You know, so Obi-Wan is the one that Palpatine is trying to convince to kill Maul right here, because Maul killed his master. You know. But Obi-Wan's already become like light side and wise and whatever. He says, "No, I won't do it." You know. So then he turns to Anakin. He's like, "You do it." He's this guy. He'll go through all the bureaucracy and all that shit, and he'll just be let out, and he'll kill more people. You gotta kill him. And then Anakin does it. You know.
Yeah.
and or he tries to do it, and then Obi-Wan stops him, and then they have this big fight, and it's just fucking cool. Like that would be fucking awesome if he like slowly you see it more than what the movie showed, and like he didn't just like I don't know let Darth Sidious shock Mace out the window and be like, okay, now I'm the dark side, teach me your ways. Like it just seemed like such a sudden turn, you know?
Yeah.
Did you know that Luke broke a cycle of dark side, of turning to the dark side?
Yeah. How? Oh.
Because it's never said like, yes, this is Anakin's father, because he was conceived by midi-chlorians. They reference it in 3 that the guy who trained Sidious is Anakin's father. In a weird like timeline, because that would make him super, super, super old.
Yeah.
When in episode 3 he's in his 20s theoretically.
Yeah.
He's talking about this power he had to manipulate and influence midi-chlorians to create life. And they were in episode 1. They're saying there was no father. She was just she was pregnant. And he says that he does like a midi-chlorian count thing. He's got the highest of any living life form he's ever seen, and it's possible he was conceived by them. So it's kind of like they were kind of implying that Darth Plagueis is Anakin's father, who was a Sith Lord. So then Anakin turns to the dark side. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's like a line of dark side.
Yeah. And then Luke,
they're supposed to break it.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be the prophecy.
Yeah.
Fulfills people or whatever. Dude, looks so awesome.
Yeah.
I thought he looked
I like the way
Yeah.
the movie
Yeah.
ended. I really
Yeah.
And they gave him that triumphant beard.
That 30 seconds of like,
Yeah.
what she's like,
I wanted that lightsaber to fly to his hand so bad.
Yeah, I wanted him to just be like,
Bitch, that's mine.
Yeah.
And he's and then he's got it. I wanted it to happen so bad.
No, I didn't think it would. Like,
So-
I mean, I like, okay, I thought it would. I thought he was going to just reach his arm out and get it, but...
But at the same time, it's hers now.
Exactly.
She earned it.
See, that's exactly what I was
She
thinking
fucking
too.
earned
Like,
it.
I was
He
like,
knows
no.
that
I was like,
probably.
no, he's not going to do that. Because she's going to be taking over for him. Like, he's just going to be teaching, you know, like Yoda did with him. So.
I feel like, I want to say that she's going to be his daughter, but I feel like that's a little too obvious. You know?
Yeah.
I thought Kylo Ren was gonna be
Luke's
son.
Yeah,
and
I
then
kinda thought
which
that
I was
too.
kind of right.
But I
he's a Skywalker, or
Yeah,
he's a Solo.
Yeah, he's a Solo. He's got the blood in him.
I was going to say, yeah.
Grandfather, I'll finish what you started.
And then you see that melted helmet.
But he doesn't know that his grandfather turned to the light side before he died.
Yeah, correct.
Fucking awesome. What'd you guys think of the World Destroyer, Star, whatever, the Death Star?
The
new
Death Star
Death
on
Star?
speed.
The new Death Star.
Yeah, the
Oh
new
my
Death
God.
Star.
Just eating
I liked
the
it, man.
the Star Eater.
And it really it was cool. Like I liked it a lot. But up until it was just another Death Star to me.
Until they actually
Until they showed it on that little this was the Death
The
Star.
comparison.
And they showed the Death Star, and they're like, "This is the shit we're dealing with now."
And
And
was
it's
it the Star Killer or something? Isn't that what it was? Star Killer.
the Star Killer's the ship.
Oh, okay. Well,
The
okay.
Star Destroyer.
The Star Destroyer. That's
Star
right. So
Destroyer.
maybe it was Star Killer.
Maybe it was Star Eater.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
But when they showed it, and it was like 20 times the size of the Death Star, which was the size of a moon. So it was still it was
like
already
a planet now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
I
was
thought
already,
it was fucking awesome.
It was
a lot of
already
people
fucking
have
big.
like I've just heard like whispers of people like
And I
complaining
like
about having another Death Star. Like, really, you guys? You tried it twice already. Another Death Star? But like,
Do you think they finally plugged up that hole?
Yeah.
well, they
They
plugged it
did.
up,
They
and
had
then
to
he
shoot it
flew
a
into
couple-
the crack.
yeah, they
and
had
just
to-
fucked it all up
yeah.
and flew back out. You're like, man, we can never just have a
You know
Death
what
Star. Why
you know what I
can't we
did
just-
like about I'm just gonna call it the new Death Star because we just saw the movie an hour ago and I can't remember what it's called. I'm just gonna call it the new Death Star.
Okay.
Okay.
But you know what I did like about it is that it's a planet, or is it a planet or the size of a planet?
It's a planet.
It's a planet.
Yeah,
It is a
basically.
planet.
And
I mean, it had
the actual weapon that can destroy planets is set in the core of the planet.
Yeah, it's like made
So it's
out
like
of the planet.
yeah, it's like the
fucking
planet.
cool. Yeah.
It's in the I don't know, and it's solar. It gets the power from the sun, and it'll
cool. It's like it pulls it in its ass and shoots it out the mouth.
exactly or pulls it in its mouth and then shits it out the ass.
Yeah.
That's
It's like I'm gonna eat you and then shit you back out. All sunlight.
Hey, if you don't follow our empirical ways, you will be shit upon.
Yeah.
But I liked it. So like, to me, it's like, okay, they have a Death Star, right? And they're like, well, fuck, that got blown up. And they wait a little bit, and they're like, okay, let's make a new Death Star. That doesn't work out. They're like, well, over here, the other side of the Empire, they're creating their own version of the Death Star. Maybe they've been working on that for like 50 fucking years or 70 years.
I do have a comment about...
like, maybe they've just been working on that, and the other Death Stars got destroyed while they were at it. They're like, oh, shit, we gotta do something about this. They cover it up, you know?
Yeah.
I just think it's this part just got to me because I'm a Kevin Smith fan.
Yeah.
So as soon as it was said, I was like, hey, that's fucked up. That's kind of funny. But in Clerks 1, they're talking about Empire and Return.
Yeah.
And they were talking about that everybody up on the Death Star couldn't have been every single person on there was a stormtrooper, because you'd have to have independent contractors and shit to help get something of that magnitude built on the quiet. And he makes a comment and he says, do you think the average stormtrooper knows how to install a toilet main? No, all they know is killing in white uniforms. And then they get, in the new one, they get back to the new Death Star, and he says, what was your job when you were here? And he said, sanitation. Yeah. And I was just like, fuck, 21 years later, we finally have the answer.
But like, so,
like, yes, a fucking stormtrooper knows how to install a goddamn toilet main.
J.J.
So
Abrams
awesome.
and Mark Hamill were talking with Kevin Smith at some kind of little roundtable thing. So maybe he mentioned that.
He
and
might
then J.J.
have.
Abrams put that little joke in there, just as a nod to Kevin.
Yeah, that'd be so awesome.
I just loved it because he was so serious, as if his job was really, really important. Like, yes, I did my part. And he's like, what was your job here? He's like, sanitation. It's so good. What did you all think about the character of Finn from as a whole?
I
like him too.
Because I like that he's just like a normal dude, and he realizes that this shit's like completely wrong.
Yeah.
So,
which would not be easy if you were really
terrified.
at that from birth.
Yeah. And he's terrified. Like, he's not really wanting to save that pilot in the beginning. He's just like, I just need a pilot. I don't know how to fly this shit.
Yeah.
So I want to get the fuck out of here, and you're my ticket out.
Yeah.
He's actually more kind of a coward, and then you see him get stronger and stronger in the movie.
Which is why I thought that it was going to lead up to him being the Jedi.
I'm glad it didn't. I really am.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm glad it didn't, because I think
it's cool that he used it, though.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Me too, yeah.
What pissed me off is that he used it so damn well.
No, he didn't. I mean, not really. But maybe he will be some kind of...
He used it better than fucking Luke did.
Yeah, he didn't use it better than Miss What's-Her-Face? Ray.
Ray? No.
He didn't use it better than her. When she felt her force. She's like, oh, there it is.
Oh, God!
This might be my cynical side of when I'm
You're channeling your Matt Mahler.
No. I'm not. No, I'm not gonna give you some jaded opinion. But it was like the whole, when he's on the catwalk with Kylo, and you think everything's going to be good, and you're just like, it's not that easy.
Yeah.
And I love that there's a couple points in the movie where, because Rey can feel the Force, she knows it's there.
Yeah.
She was quick about it.
Yeah, she was.
But it still took her. There's a couple things that took her a couple of tries, like when she's trying to do the mind trick on the one stormtrooper to let her out.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And she says it, and he gives her that look like, "Fuck you, this bitch."
Yeah.
He's like, what? I'm gonna tighten your shit.
Yeah, I'll tighten your restraints, and then she does it again.
Then she's like serious. She's like, no. Really.
And then it works. Like, it took her, I think,
she's like
three tries to get it right.
Like, oh shit! Like, hey.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do this shit.
I wish I could have used more Poe. I thought Poe was a really good.
Yeah, I thought
he was just a good character, but I thought he was going to be in it a lot more.
Yeah. Because I heard about him being really good.
Yeah.
And then maybe I think they might have said they wanted more of him too. But yeah, he was really good in the beginning, and then he just flies around a lot at the end.
Yeah.
I think he'll be a big deal in the next one.
You think he'll be like a main, not a main character, but a main.
Yeah. Well, I hope he's a bigger part at least.
What if he's the new Han?
Well, I mean, BB-8 is like his buddy, so he's probably gonna be in it.
Yeah.
BB-8's gonna stay.
Yeah.
It was so weird to not have that much R2 in this movie.
I know, man. It was so sad.
love BB-8.
I'm glad that they.
No, the BB-8's cool, but I mean, it's fucking R2-D2.
What do you think about BB-8?
I'm glad he made a cameo at least. If he didn't power up and come on, I would have been okay. At least we got to see him.
Yeah, I'm glad he was a part of it.
Just to see at the very least he hasn't been blown up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, at least he's.
Well, here's R2-D2, at least a leg.
Yeah.
One wheel, or just the soundboard. Beat boop beat.
Top part.
Or they're just. What if it was R2D2 without the top part, and they're literally just using him as the trash can
That'd
in their
be
little
so bad.
in their little conference room?
No, that'd be horrible.
That'd be
We
so
use them
bad.
as best we could.
Yeah.
Someone just chucks a beer in there.
That'd be so funny. Did anybody else know? This is just something I just noticed. But did anybody else notice that Finn was wearing jeans?
No, I didn't.
Why it bothered me so
Well,
much?
that's
Probably
all
shouldn't
trooper
have.
standard issue.
Yeah, that's standard issue.
God damn it! That movie was so good.
I know.
I liked
So
it.
good.
Every bit of it was really
Mhm.
good. There was not a part that I was like, no, that's not really believable, you know?
Yeah.
Because there were parts in the prequels
Yeah.
that I was like, it's just like, why? That's not Star Wars. Like, what are you doing?
There are also parts in the prequels where I'm just like, I'm sitting there and I'm watching it, and like I dig it because I like the movies. Like I said, except for episode 2, that movie's dog shit.
Yeah.
But even in 3, which is my favorite of the prequels, right?
Yeah.
But even in that one, there's parts, and it also might be because I've seen it 1,000 times. So there are parts that I already know are boring. But
Mhm.
even back when it first came out, and I saw it, you know, like the first week it was out, and I'm sitting there and it's just like him and Palpatine talking at the little like
The opera thing.
at the opera.
I love that part, dude.
Like, yeah, it looks cool, and he's telling the story about Darth Plagueis and stuff, but it's just it's kind of boring.
that
I'm
part
just like, I
to
want
me,
to see
though,
a lightsaber.
and the reason why I
go
like
down.
that part so much is probably because of that reviewer I watch a lot, Chris Stuckman.
Yeah.
I watch him, and he actually mentioned that part because he was reviewing all the movies up till this movie, and he mentioned that part as like a really awesome part in the writing of the third movie. You know, he was like, in this one part, they tell this crazy cool backstory about this, you know, the dark side of the Force, which you don't really get to hear about that much.
Yeah.
And it's told in this really, just, I mean, they don't even go into any like animation for it or anything. They don't like flashback or anything like that. It's just through word, and it's really cool. I liked it a lot.
I want to see. I don't even care if it has to come out in just like a. If it doesn't even come out in like a full length movie,
Mhm.
because we've heard the reference to it. At least 3 times throughout the 7 movies we've had so far about how the Sith began. The Sith began by a fallen Jedi who turned evil,
Mm.
but I want to see it.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
They should
Like-
make like some kind of.
I'm not asking for like a prequel to the original, like to the
Yeah.
prequels,
What
like
about
a whole trilogy.
Knights of the Old Republic? Is that?
See,
that's
I never
not far
played
enough
it.
back.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean,
I loved Knights of the Old Republic.
I wasn't an Xbox kid. I never played the game.
Should probably get that for you.
Yeah.
It's on PC too. So.
So good.
Is it?
Yeah.
You could probably download it and play it for free.
I remember my favorite Star Wars game I ever played was Episode 1. It was called Jedi Power Battles.
Oh, I like Jedi Outcast.
And
Or
it
no,
was-
Jedi Academy.
It was a side scroller, but you could play as Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, Mace Windu. And you could play as like I think it was like 8 different Jedi.
Really?
Even the ones whose names I have no idea what they are.
Like the green dude with the purple hair.
Yeah, you play with him. You can play
That
with
dude is awesome.
plays the dude with the
Clone
really
Wars.
long head.
Yeah.
You play as a bunch of them. The one girl with the like the stripe.
The blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she holds her lightsabers like that way, but she carries 2 of them. Yeah, that was probably my favorite game.
Dude, Jedi Academy is really cool. It's actually after Return of the Jedi. It takes place after. You
Really?
play as a student of Luke Skywalker, a Padawan. And
That'd be so cool.
yeah, it was on Xbox, and the online was really cool. There was one level that had like a big
I gotta stop doing that right
circle
next to the mic.
center and like 3 towers around it, and you could like go up in the towers and stuff.
I liked.
And you had all kinds of powers like electricity or force push or
Mhm.
force jump or force speed, stuff like that. It was fucking cool, man.
What was
I
it
think they
called?
had a mind trick one too that made you invisible to other people if you like hit them with it.
Yeah.
It was Jedi Academy.
I like the mind trick in like the game. The game was good, but it was just it was a like a slash and dash game. But shit, what was it called? It was last gen. It was PS3 and 360. Star Wars. Shit, what is the name of that game? There was 2 of them.
Wait, sorry, go ahead.
The Force
Say it again.
Unleashed.
The Force Unleashed.
Oh, okay. That's the one where with Darth Vader's apprentice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah, I
mind.
actually like that. Oh, yeah,
No,
I
it was a
like
good
that
game, but the
yeah.
mind trick in it was so funny because like you're walking around the thing and you're like peeking around a corner and you just mind trick a stormtrooper and he's just like, "Where am I?" and he jumps out a window. And it was just, it was their little it was like it's a game that kids are gonna play, so it's gotta have some comedy in it.
Yeah.
And but it was so funny. First time I played it, I did a mind trick. He just dove out the window.
Yeah, I like how the BB-8 was also more mobile than R2 was.
Yeah.
I loved how he was more
Like when he was floating around inside
yeah, he shot
alien
little
thing and
things
shot
to like
things up and
stabilize
stop. He's
himself.
like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
cool.
awesome. Yeah,
I like that he was a real thing and not like fucking just some CG, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, R2 wasn't CG.
Yeah, I know. But
I
like,
know.
I'm glad they
He's a
still
little
did that.
He was a dude in a suit.
Yeah.
Because when the first trailer was coming out, I was watching YouTube about it and whatever, and some people were like, that's just for the kids, and that's just probably some CG bull crap or whatever. And then it turned out to be real, and it looked really cool, and everyone loved it. So I'm happy about that. But Han Solo was cool.
Yeah.
He was Han Solo.
Yeah,
Han Solo.
yeah,
He was Han
exactly.
Solo. I'm just glad that he wasn't like just I don't know, grumpy old man Harrison Ford.
I'm glad that he kind of took him under the wing.
He did a
It
good
wasn't just
job.
like, you kids need to get out of here.
I love that it's been like 30 years and he still hasn't changed his ways. Like he still owes gangsters money and shit. And he's
Yeah.
still a smuggler.
He's like, hey, now listen.
He's still trying to talk his way out of stuff.
And Leia makes that joke. He's like, he's like, you changed your hair, and she's like, same jacket.
It's a new jacket.
It was so good to just see those characters again.
I know. And I like how they reference, like they joke about the old ways.
Yeah.
Like that's so, God, it's so amazing. I loved it.
I'm glad to have that feeling of like Star Wars. It's a good Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Not only that,
Because that's how I felt about the original ones.
if
man.
you want new Star Wars for the last, 3 was 07. I believe it was 07.
I think it might have been earlier than that.
So okay, so we'll say at least 8 years.
Okay.
If you wanted new content in the last 8 years, you had 2 options. You could play a new game that came out,
Yeah.
or you could 3 options. You could read, or you could watch like a fan film, which were rarely any good.
Yeah.
And now it's like you have an actual commissioned Star Wars movie
Yeah.
with original cast and new cast, and it's new.
I'm gonna grab it.
Luke Skywalker.
Do you want one, mate?
May as well grab
please.
another round.
Really?
Yeah, because she's almost done. I'm almost done.
So Phi, you saw the very beginning of the movie, of the New Hope movie. What did you think about this movie? Like, how did you like it?
How you say she saw the beginning? How much of the New Hope did you see?
She saw up till like they were caught in the tractor beam.
Yeah, and then I passed out.
Yeah, she was there. It was pretty late.
Fair enough.
It was pretty boring. I mean, late.
Bottle opener.
Oh shit.
They're twist offs.
But I love.
I had it. I might have hung it back out.
I love this movie though. I don't have to like.
Dude, they're not twist off. We gotta pop them off.
They're Bud Lights, sir. They're twist
No,
offs.
dude. No.
There's more caps for
Right down my shoulder. There you go. Now you got 2. You got 1.5 now.
Oh man.
Who's your
What?
favorite character?
Mine's at 42.
Bye.
BB-8.
BB-8.
Yeah.
BB-8 was your favorite character, really?
It's cute. I like cute.
She liked it when BB-8 and R2-D2 were together.
Yeah.
Because they were
When they
adorable.
talk.
Yeah, they were adorable.
Anytime like BB-8 was like, like or whatever, or rolling around like like excited. I'm sure you thought like you imagined it was like a dog or something.
Yeah, yeah. I
don't know,
was
I liked,
thinking about Oscar for the whole time.
I don't think I could pick a favorite character. Because it's like you have the old characters, which I've been in love with since I was a child,
Yeah.
and you have the new characters, which are all they're all awesome.
Yeah.
I like all of them.
Oh, shit.
What?
The
Fridge is open.
Oh.
It didn't close. I'm telling you, man, that thing is like,
It's quiet, man.
it's quiet.
But I mean, if you like, if I asked you like, did you like, if you like Finn or Rey more, which one is it? I like them both, dude.
Yeah, I couldn't really say. Because they're different.
They're completely different characters.
I mean, I like that they have this cool dynamic. Like, they
Yeah.
instantly seem to like each other and have that kind of chemistry. You know? So
I did feel like they were awful quick to believe Finn. Like when he finally came out with the truth and he said he was a stormtrooper.
Well, he's already done it.
Like
I
no
can
one
see that,
questioned
yeah.
him.
But
Like,
he's already done a ton of stuff for them. Like, why would they not trust him at that point? You know?
Yeah.
And then he continued to do that. If he
I mean-
betrayed him at some point.
I mean, the
like,
best-
Oh, shit, we shouldn't have trusted
what
him.
was up with that new weapon? When
The stormtrooper?
yeah,
Yeah.
That
So,
was amazing.
That was
it
really
was like a
fucking cool.
gun.
So it's incorporated from the third movie and episode 3.
Yeah.
And this, because remember the robots? They had the
staffs.
two-sided staffs with the
Yeah.
electricity on the top.
Yeah.
That's to battle lightsabers.
Lightsabers.
Yeah.
So this guy had just some fucking cool like nightstick.
It looked like a
twirl.
nightstick,
dude,
like a
it
fucking
was
billy
so
club.
Like a
cool.
giant nightstick that he's just awesome at wielding.
Yeah.
That was
And
fucking
he was in way better shape than Finn.
Yeah. Finn was not ready for that shit.
Yeah.
But he's a sanitation worker, so
Yeah.
He's fucking janitor. What does he know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was cool.
It was.
I thought it was cool to finally see something that's not a blaster
Yeah,
or a
right?
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
I wanna
new
see
weapons.
more weapon. And
Yeah.
what'd you think about the fucking colored up X-wing, the like gold and red and black X-wing?
Dude, just to see a fucking X-wing again was so dope. And
I know.
here's
and pose.
here's
the nostalgia,
here's
man,
my
the
here's
nostalgia
probably
part.
nostalgia.
Yeah,
Here's my
yeah.
favorite nostalgia part. Okay, no, it's not a scene, but it's something. It caught my eye, and I was just like, it gave me chills in the theater.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is fucking cool. Because they keep referring to the Resistance as the Resistance, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's known. It's like, it's not the Empire anymore, it's
The rebels.
the first, or,
It's not the rebels anymore.
no, it's not the Empire anymore.
I thought the resistance was the rebels.
It is.
Okay.
New
It is.
Order. or
Is
something
that they?
like that.
Yes. The
The first
The
order.
First Order.
Yeah,
They-
First
you- so it's
Order.
not, but when you
the
see,
first Reich.
Yeah.
yeah, when you
Yeah.
when you see the
Right.
Resistance show up, and it does like a close up on the, I don't, it's not Poe, it's before Poe shows back up. It's just some random pilot. But his fucking vest has the Rebel Alliance logo on it.
Mm.
Like there's still the Rebel Alliance. So
Yeah.
it's not, because you already saw it once when Rey's
The
sitting.
Empire has a different symbol. You see it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But when you see Rey when you first see Rey, she's leaning up, she's like eating, and she's like leaning up against that busted down AT-AT,
Yeah.
and she's got that helmet that it's not hers. It's
Yeah, yeah.
The rebel
It's
helmet,
yeah.
like
yeah.
something
It's
she
been there for
found,
30
yeah,
years, and she puts it on, and it's got the logo on it. I was like, oh, it's so good to see that again. Then fucking the Resistance shows up, and they're all badged Rebel Alliance. And I was, oh, it's so badass.
Oh, rebels.
It was so cool. That movie was so good.
It was, dude.
J.J. Abrams did not disappoint.
So
he didn't.
So I'm
Not one-
slightly
not one
worried
bit.
that he's not the next director.
He's not the next director.
I mean, I know he's not. but
Oh,
that-
you're
I'm
worried by the fact
because
that
of
he's not. Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not worried.
I don't know.
I don't know. He did really good.
He did a really good job.
Well, who's the next director? Do you know?
I don't remember his name, but it's Disney. They're not just gonna give the movie to somebody with no credibility.
I want to say it's the dude who directed Chronicle.
Oh, then we're in for a shit show because that movie was
Yeah.
garbage.
I liked Chronicle.
Did
a
you?
lot, Yeah.
I
Because
might.
it's like he had the right idea for. Well, first of all, Chronicle isn't that great because it's one of those found footage movies.
Yeah.
And that's just they're never that great. But he had this. He was like, okay, so Chronicle's a found footage movie, but it's like it's as if everyone who has the camera has super good hands and never shakes. you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Why didn't anyone do that?
I mean, if you give the person holding the camera the power to hold shit with his mind, then yeah, the camera's gonna be pretty steady.
Yeah, so I like that idea. That's cool. Let's see who's directing the next one.
I can't remember his name.
I have no
I remember when I read it
Direct.
because they've already got a release date and shit for it, so it's already got an IMDb page.
Yeah.
And it says director, and I can't remember the name, but I know for a fact it's not J.J. Abrams. And
No, it's not the guy I was thinking of. It's Ryan Johnson.
I have no idea who that is,
Yeah, I'm gonna see who it is.
but I don't know. I know that it's going to be amazing.
If it's anything, I mean.
It could be directed by a 4-year-old. I'm still going to go see it.
Mhm.
It's the fucking
Oh, you
wars,
mean,
dude.
It's the
George
wars.
Lucas?
Yeah.
It can be directed by Lucas again, and I'll go see it.
God damn it. Alright, Star Wars.
Sand is fucking coarse. It's rough on your fingers. God damn it, George Lucas. Hayden Christensen. I hate him so much. I hate him so much. He's like, it's rough and it gets everywhere. I'm like, yeah, it gets in your vagina, and that's probably why you're being a little pissy little.
Dude, he directed Looper. Have you seen that?
Looper was good.
Yeah, he directed Looper and Brick, which is a really, really good movie.
I've
Well, I
seen
like it anyway. It's Brick is the movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt
So is Looper.
Yeah, it is.
Luke
But
is
it's Joseph
awesome.
Gordon-Levitt, and it's based he got a lot of his ideas for Brick from Cowboy Bebop. So that's awesome.
Pretty cool.
Cowboy
Yeah,
Bebop.
that's pretty cool.
Sweet.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of.
He
I
also
don't know.
did,
I've only seen the movie once. It's not like no. I can quote movies,
Yeah.
and I've only seen this one once. So I'm trying to think of like.
Oh, he also did Breaking Bad, 3 episodes. So that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't know what else though. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Where's Samuel? Oh.
Oh, I got lost it.
All right.
Oh man, we should have ordered pizza.
We still can.
We still can.
It's almost noon. It's almost noon, dude.
We'll
It's,
call her.
it's almost noon. It's
Let's-
almost dark outside.
Let's call him right now.
It's awful dark outside for noon. Yeah, it's noon on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Talking about in China.
All right. So, is that it? Are we done? That was. I mean,
Who are you?
that was about almost an hour. I mean, that was like 45 minutes.
I don't care. When you done.
I would say that's.
I just can't remember anything else I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
I have heard about the news that U.S. Army gonna launch the airplane like Air Force, like except like in the Star Wars,
What?
maybe next 5 years.
Like, what do you mean? Like, how?
They're
It's
gonna
like
try
a
to build
laser
They're gonna,
thing.
like the Navy or the Air Force?
Air Force.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
It's
a- I don't know, man.
They're gonna do laser beams, man. Actually, I know the Navy has some kind of ray gun or something. They at least have a Gatling thing.
Would you
Gatling?
roll with the Rebel Alliance if it ever really happened?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, one thing I did want to comment on is that I guess it doesn't really matter now because the Jedi Order is no longer a thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of like Luke.
Yeah, Luke's the last Jedi.
and that he's the last remaining Jedi. But it used to be such a big deal if people didn't start their training by a certain age because they even tried to not train Anakin in Episode 1. They said their only thing was that he's too old.
Luke was too old too.
Yeah, Luke was
I
too
mean,
old.
he said it in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said he's too old to begin the training, and now
Yeah.
here we are again with Rey,
Yeah.
who's
Same
older,
age.
who looks older than Luke did in Episode 4.
And she's got her shit together already.
But yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Papa John's closes at 12, which it is right now.
That's unfortunate. I could have sworn they kept delivering until 1. I don't know, it was just good. I just liked it. And for everybody who has said that they didn't enjoy it, they clearly need to.
Well, they just have a stick up their butt, you know? I mean,
It's-
they're like what do
Well-
they want? They want everything to be absolutely perfect the way they see it. And that's it.
I mean,
And
they just need to go off and make a fucking movie.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
right.
Make the movie that you want to see so you'll stop bitching.
were there
Yeah.
any problems that you had with the movie? Like, seriously, any
Like
problems? Like anything, any little tiny things you might be like, damn.
Well, until we were chit-chatting about it, and it being a good move from a writing standpoint, I could have done without Han Solo dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I think
He
it's
just-
a good move.
Just
yeah.
and it's just because, like I said, 100 times already. Like I've been watching those movies since I was little,
Yeah.
because I wasn't born till all three, the original 3 were all already
Yeah.
out and on video. and
It
shit.
definitely sucks that he died. I was
and
like,
it's just one of those
fuck.
characters that I like. I enjoy
I
Han
felt
Solo.
like he. Well, I mean, it's because it's Harrison Ford, and like, who knows what's gonna happen with him. Like, I don't want to be all like,
Naysayer.
yeah, or no, like, just like, what is it? What's the word for it?
You don't want to jinx it?
I don't want him to die.
Yeah,
Harrison Ford,
yeah.
I don't want him to die, but
Yeah.
like,
Jinx it.
but he is older. I think they wanted him to be, or at least some of these characters to move out of the film,
I mean,
so they don't
yeah.
have to be in them anymore.
To be fair, Carrie Fisher's not getting any younger, and
Yeah,
neither
yeah.
is Mark Hamill.
Exactly, but I think
And I was
Carrie
thinking that
Fisher,
too,
they don't
like-
have to kill her off, but they don't have to have her in the movie. Like, she's not a big part.
Yeah,
anyway.
she's not like she's not like a major part
Luke
anymore.
Skywalker is going to be in the next movie, like
Yeah.
in a big way. I think.
Yeah, he's
And
gonna be
Han Solo is
Obi-Wan
not
from A New
anymore,
Hope. He's gonna be
Yeah.
he may die halfway through it like
Yeah.
Obi-Wan did. He might not. I don't know.
So, like, that's another thing. Maybe so. Like, a lot of people compare this movie to A New Hope.
Yeah.
For good reason. It had a lot
Yeah,
of
I mean, it
similarities.
had a lot.
So,
of
like, Han
similarities,
is kind of
but
like
I liked it
Obi-Wan.
anyway.
He takes people under his wing. He doesn't teach them anything about the Force. He just
Yeah.
kind of figures it out,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool. But he dies, Obi-Wan dies, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I could have done with him dying in the next one, you know, somewhere in the next one. I don't know. But still, whatever. It's fine. I mean,
I don't know. I just
It's Luke. It's Luke though. Like I hope they keep him around. Like I hope they don't do the half movie thing. Like I
Yeah.
would like to see him for a
Well,
whole
I
movie.
think
even
this
if it's
movie-
like not like.
I think this
consistent.
movie was very much a like, hey, look, it's Star Wars again, as you know and love it. Come back and be with Star Wars, and then we'll make the movies completely different in the next ones. We'll see how it goes, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think we needed a lot of
Exactly.
familiarity.
Mhm.
We needed a lot of like
You needed the reconnection.
like that. We needed
The
that same
nostalgia
kind
had
of
to be there.
Yeah,
nostalgia
yeah,
and
you needed the
familiarity
nostalgia.
and structure that we
Yeah.
know about from Star Wars, you know. So
I
that's
don't
what
know.
it is.
Yeah,
With,
it was
with everybody
perfect.
saying that it was A New Hope all over again, like pacing
Little
wise, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They, you know,
Like they go to the Death Star. Is it Death Star?
Yeah.
it's, we're calling it the new.
So they go
Yeah,
to they go to the new
Star.
Death Star
Yeah.
and they save the girl again. She's
Yeah.
not really a princess.
Yeah.
She can save herself.
Yeah.
But like I mean that's similar, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's very similar, but I don't know why that's bad. Like,
It's not. It's not. I don't think it's
I
a
dug
bad
it.
thing.
I think it's fine.
It's like you have your main guy and the main droid of the movie rolling around on Tatooine.
Mhm.
They find the person that's going to help them get off Tatooine. So
Yeah.
like pacing wise, yeah, I could see where people are, but it's not like it's the same movie again.
No, yeah, it's definitely
I mean,
not.
it has a lot of similarities, but it. I mean, they couldn't remake the same movies. You know what I mean? Like they had to reintroduce like to the new generation
Yeah.
that
Okay.
movie, and I feel like because it was so similar to the other movie, it was just that much better.
They didn't explain
I
it.
loved it.
They didn't explain it in the movie. At least if they did, I didn't catch it.
Mm-hmm.
I was probably being like having my mind blown away by something else.
Yeah.
That movie was good start to finish, man.
I mean,
dude,
I loved it.
I mean,
But-
it brought the old fans back into it, but still like
And
spoke
created
to
a
the
new
new
Clyde's now a
generation.
fan. I can tell.
Yeah, but like it spoke to the new generation, and it still gave all the old fans exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
that's what made it
did
so
you
good.
have you read anything? Because I know you haven't read anything. I haven't watched anything. Have you read anything that explains
haven't.
why Kylo wears the mask, aside from just being a homage to Vader?
Well, I think it's not so much that, but maybe he wants to be like Vader so much. Like, remember whenever Rey was like, not being affected by his dark power
Yeah.
or whatever, and she started seeing stuff about him,
Yeah.
saying what he was afraid of, and he's afraid he'll never be as powerful as Darth
Yeah.
Vader. He wants
So-
to emulate Vader so much that he's got a mask and everything to go with it.
I guess so.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I said it.
he
at
wants
the-
he wants to be like Vader. I think that's what it is.
I haven't said it here, but I can't not say it. But the part where after Finn tries to fight Kylo and he gets cut and he gets knocked out
Mm.
and the saber's in the snow and you see Kylo trying to get it because it's Luke's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it's Anakin's old saber.
Mm.
Mhm.
He would have taken a shit out of his dick if he could have gotten his
Hey,
hands on
that's
that
why
thing.
he wanted it.
That's why he
Yeah,
wanted
that's
it.
why he
Hell
wanted
yeah.
And
it,
he's
yeah.
trying to get it, and you can tell that he's struggling,
Mhm.
and you don't know if it's because he's unfocused or because of this or because of that, and then it comes out of the ground and it flies right past him, and you see Rey standing there, and
Yeah.
and it's in her hands. That was so fucking badass.
Yeah.
Because
That right there also makes me think that she is daughter of Luke.
yeah,
And also like her little flashback where she's like, no, don't go, and Luke's just gone for 30 years or whatever it is.
yeah.
Mhm.
I think Luke is her dad.
I mean,
I mean, it's
I-
so
like I
obvious,
said,
but I think
I
that's,
think
that's
I
what it
think
is.
she's related. I think they're related. Like I think they're blood somehow.
I think-
don't know
I
where
think-
it is.
I
don't
think
know
it's
where it is.
I think it's dad daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it's his daughter?
I do. I think because that's
Finally, they're both on the lights.
It could-
because that's
could
what
go-
happened with Luke.
I mean, they could go both sibling, like, or both, like the
Like,
next
I think-
generation. Because
I think it's
Han-
gonna be-
Han and what's his name? Cal Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren.
Kylo's-
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Han and Kylo Ren and Luke and
Rey.
his daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it could just be the next generation, like
I
same
don't know.
kind of feud.
But
next next generation.
Who would Luke get with? Who's
See,
the
that's
mother?
What, see, that's what I'm saying. It's
These
another
are the
movie.
questions.
It's another movie.
See, they can't just say that she was conceived by midi-chlorians because I highly doubt Luke
She
was
was-
walking around with a damn.
Luke's just like,
Baby.
He's just like, mm.
No, he just goes up to a girl and he's like, "Hey, you pregnant right now." He's like the new
You
Jesus.
are pregnant.
You're pregnant with my child. And she's like, oh shit, I'm pregnant with your child.
Dude, that part was so funny. He's like, oh, I'll drop my gun too.
Yeah.
I love that they did. There was some comedic aspects to the movie.
Yeah.
They kept it light.
Well, that's how the first one was too.
Yeah.
That's how all the Star Wars movies are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not full of bureaucracy and trade routes. Who gives a shit?
Loved it.
Yeah, dude.
So much.
I loved it.
All right.
I'm gonna go to work Thursday. I'm gonna bitch slap Brian.
Right.
For talking so much shit about the movie. He might be though, because I've talked to him about other movies. Like I don't want to get off of Star Wars, but I've talked with him about other movies because he's a movie dude like me. He likes to watch. He'll watch anything once.
Yeah.
And if he likes it, he'll watch it again. If he doesn't, he'll never fucking look at it again.
Yeah, that's how I am. I don't just like, oh, that looks like shit, and then never watch
yeah,
it.
you'll give we'll give anything a try.
Yeah, you have to try.
But I've talked with him about so many movies just because it's kind of what we chit chat about when we're shooting the shit at work when it's slow and whatnot. That's how we kill time.
Yeah.
And he seems like he's he's one of those people that just can't fucking like anything.
Just cynical.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He's just critical.
It's like there's movies that he'll say that he enjoyed, right? And that's how he'll start off. He's like, oh, I liked it. And then he'll always follow it up with.
But it was so shit.
He'll always follow that up with, for what it was.
Yeah,
he's
really
that guy.
condescending. Yeah, something really condescending.
He's like, oh, I liked it, even though it was shit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I liked it for shit. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if shit was gold, I liked it, I guess.
But
I don't know. I loved it. Matt loved it. Nate loved it. Fi loved it. It was just a good fucking movie.
Well, do you want to cheers to Star Wars? And we'll end it.
The Force Awakens!
The Force Awakens.
All right, you guys have to get in here too.
The Force Awakens.
That's what we're
I know.
ending on. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Okay, go on,
It's
man.
okay. Let's all just cheers. Yeah. Okay.